Hi, my name is Maitri. They call me the Career Actualizer. And if you don't know what that means, please listen to one of my other videos where I explain it in detail. Because the purpose of today's video is I want to tell you a personal story of when I manifested my dream job. Okay, I just used that word manifest. I know some people love it, some people hate it, depending on how you feel about the secret and the law of attraction. And I'm gonna tell you, my professional linear brain, strategic, tactical, business acumen filled brain doesn't believe in it either. But I'm also gonna tell you, I've done it. And I've done it multiple times. And I've helped other people do it multiple times, to the point that it's kind of inarguable. So I'm gonna demonstrate this by telling you an actual story. So years ago, I was a stay-at-home mom for most of my children's upbringing until they were, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. And I was working 75% time as a membership director for a local nonprofit organization that was very well respected and very well known. So I was very well networked, very visible in a community of about 200,000 people. I knew almost all of the CEOs at the large companies and other organizations. And then my husband of 15 years let me know that he would like to get a separation. And I quickly realized if I'm going to be a single mom of 2 kids, I can't just work part-time. I need health insurance. I'm going to need to make more money. I need to start climbing that corporate ladder again. I had some time so that I could really figure out what I wanted to do. And so what I did is I did a 360, a full assessment with friends, family, business colleagues, past supervisors and managers and direct reports, and had them tell me, what are my greatest strengths? What are my greatest weaknesses? How would you describe me? And I got some really clear data that would really help me understand, what am I good at? What do I love to do? What does the world need? And what can I get paid for? So I started putting together a career vision. What do I want my future job to look like? And I thought, what is it going to look like, smell like, taste like, sound like? Everything. Where do I want it to be located in town? How do I want to get to work? What do I want my office to look like? Do I want to be working remotely? Even back then, hybrid? Did I want to have coworkers that I worked with closely? Did I want to have an independent role? I started writing down the type of office furniture. I want cherry wood office furniture. I want to be able to do a cartwheel in my office. I want it to be that big. I want to have a window so I can get fresh sunlight and look out on the world. I want to be within walking distance of the university where all the food carts are and where there's a lake and a union terrace where I can sit at lunchtime and just regroup. I wanted to have a fitness center in my office. That's a lot. And I started looking, at all the common titles for what I was good at, and they had to do with marketing and business development and communications and things like that. And I thought, okay, you know what? I do believe in this law of attraction, and I've been attracting, and some really incredible things have been happening. I'm going to put a little test out to the universe. Everybody in my 360 said connecting people into mutually beneficial relationships was my number one skill and trait, and then being able to communicate with those people. I want a position where I have the word connections in my title, not business development director, not marketing manager, not PR consultant. I want the word connections. That's not a typical word that are in most average titles. So I threw it out to the universe, and ironically, a man that I had also manifested that had 88 traits of exactly what I was looking for, and a man that I wanted to date, arrived from New York City, didn't know what he was doing in this small town in Wisconsin. And he said, you put together a vision recently for a job that you want, right? And I said, yeah. And he said, did it have the word connections in it? I said, yes. And he said, I just saw an email come into my email box for a corporate connections manager at the University School of Business Executive Education Department. I said, send that to me. Ironically, I used to work for this organization when it had a different name. Years ago when I was in college, I was the database marketing intern, student, worker, updating coordinator person. I don't remember. And I'd stayed in contact over the years with some of the professors. In fact, one of them, the marketing professor, I had been exchanging Christmas cards with her, and somehow I ended up buying her house for sale by owner when her and her kids and her husband, their family outgrew it. And so my current husband and my kids and I were living in her house. I'm sleeping in her bedroom. So I call her up. Hey, I see this position at this organization. It's so wild. Years ago, I worked there. How are you guys doing? And she was very short with me. And I was kind of getting the vibe that she didn't want to share a lot of information. I said, Linda, you know about this job, right? And she goes, yes. I said, do you think I should apply? And she said, yes. And I said, are you the direct hiring manager for this position? She said, yes. So we could no longer have communication. She recused herself from the interview process, hired a team of interviewers from outside the area because I was so well connected. She was having a hard time finding people who didn't know me well in the community. So she brought people in from Chicago, 2.5 hours away. Short story, I ended up getting the position, and the title is Corporate Connections Manager. It was probably the favorite position that I've ever had, and it gets better. The office had cherry wood furniture. It was probably 18 feet by 18 feet. I could do cartwheels in there. It had a huge window. I was walking distance to what they call Library Mall, where they have food carts, and the lake where I could sit out at the Union Terrace. There was a fitness room on the top floor and a 5-star restaurant on the first floor that I could often get free meals to. I was able to connect with HR directors around the country to be able to identify high potential leaders and create learning development plans for them, which got me into recruiting and talent development and executive coaching. So you see how this all lined up? Now there's one little piece of the story that is just over the top. I couldn't even believe it. Years before I went to Japan, I've been to Japan several times, and I bought a piece of Japanese wrapping paper. And it was a beautiful piece of artwork. I framed it, but it had these really odd colors, like a salmon color and a light blue color, and it didn't match anything in my house. So for, I don't remember, 5, 10, 15 years, I had it in the back of a closet. So I get this new job at the university in the School of Business Executive Education as the Corporate Connections Manager, and there's a blank space on my new gigantic wall. And I thought, well, I'm going to bring that Japanese wrapping paper from home. I brought it in, held it up, and my jaw went like this. The salmon color that was in that piece of artwork that I couldn't get to match anything was the exact color of the walls. I put that up on that wall, and everybody came in and said, oh my gosh, is that a new piece of art? How did you find something that matched so well? And I said, it's been in the back of a closet for years. So I hope that gives you a little bit of inspiration. I'm not trying to prove anything to you. I'm not trying to convince you of anything. But I'm telling you, if you have a clear vision of what you want, you communicate it well, you put the opportunity out there, you'll be shocked at how many times it comes back, sometimes better than anything that you could have ever dreamed. And I've helped multiple clients go through this process. So I hope you subscribe to my channel, listen to some more of my videos, go to my website, and let me know. Do you want to work on actualizing your career? Have a great day.